Hi there. Hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson, I will teach you how to find the sum of an arithmetic series. Of course, there is a PDF file versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. First one. So the question is asking us to find the total of this sequence here all the way to 13th term, okay? So in another word, we have term 1 here, and then we add term 2, we add term 3, we add term 4, and we add all the way to term 13. That's what the question asks, okay? So now to work this out, we need to know that the rule for finding the sum of n term, Sn, is equal to n over 2, and then we have 2a plus n minus 1 times the common difference, so which is d. So that is the rule. And we know that a is 19. So let me just write this down. So we have a is 19. And then we need to find the common difference. So the common difference is t of 2 minus t of 1. Or term 1 minus, or term 3 minus term 2. Doesn't really matter. So let me just use term 3, which is 25, minus term 2, which is 22. So therefore, the common difference is 3, because 25 minus 22 is 3. So now what we have is we need to find the sum of 13 term. So as 13. So as 13 means 13 term altogether. So n is 13 because s of n. And this is n and n. So 13. Just remember that. So 13 over 2. And then we times 2 lots of a. A is the first term, which is a is 19 here. So we just replace with that times 19. And then we add n minus 1. N is 13. So 13 minus 1 is 12. So we just add 12. And we times the common difference. So that is 3. So there you go. So which is bracketed. So now what I do, I just put that on a calculator. So I just go 13 over 2. And then we brackets 2 times 19. We add 12 times 3. And don't forget to close the brackets. So there you go. 481. So 481. So there you go. Second one. So we need to add 13 with 22, 31, all the way to 157. So first step is we need to work out how many terms there are in this series, okay? So let me just clear this first. So we need to work out, this is t of n. So we need to work out how many terms altogether. But we know the last term is 157. So we need to find out 157 is what term it is, okay? So we know that how many terms altogether. So we know the rule for this, t of n is equal to a plus n minus 1 times d, the common difference. So we know that a is 13. So let me just write this down. So that gives me 13. Plus, we don't know what n is. So we just have to write n minus 1. And we times the common difference. So the common difference is either term 3 minus term 2 or term 2 minus term 1. Okay, I'll just use term 2 minus term 1. So minus 13. So what we do, we got 20 minus 13 is 7. We add 2 is 9. Otherwise, you can just put that on a calculator. So the common difference is 9. I times 9. And we know that Tn is 157. So I just replace Tn with 157. So there you go. So now what I do, I solve for n. To solve for n, so I just move the 13 on this side, becomes minus. So that becomes 157 minus 13. So 157 minus 13 is 144. So that will give me n minus 1 times 9. So now I divide by 9 on both sides because I want to get rid of the 9. So I divide this by 9 and I divide this by 9. So that cancel out. So 9 go to 14 is once, remainder 5. And then you go 9 go to 54 is 6 times. So therefore n minus 1 is equal to 16. So I move the negative 1 on this side, becomes 16 plus 1. So therefore n is 17. So there you go. There are 17 terms altogether. So we just need to add all of them up. So the rule for this is sum of n terms is equal to n over 2 and 2 lots of I. We add n minus 1 times the common difference. And we know that there are 17 terms altogether. So we find S of 17. And n is 17. So therefore 17 over 2. And we know that I is 13. Okay, I is 13. So therefore we just replace with that. So 2 times 13. And we add, now n is 17. So 17 minus 1 is 16. So we add 16 and we times by the common difference. So the common difference is 9. So we just times by 9. So there you go. So now what I do, I just put that on a calculator. So I just go 17 over 2 and we bracket it, and 2 times 13 and we add 16 times 9. Close brackets. So there you go. 1,445. So 1,445. Or since we already know the first term and the last term as well as the number of terms, so we can also use this formula here. Sn is equal to n number of term over 2, and we have the first term plus the last term. Okay, we could use this to find the sum of 17 terms. Okay, so let's just work it out to see. So S of 17 terms, so that becomes n is 17 over 2, and we already know I, so I is 13. So we put 13 down and we add the last term. So the last term is this, I is this, right? 157. So let me just write this down. 157. And that should give me the same answer. So let's check it out. So just go 17 over 2 and bracket 13 plus 157 equal. So there you go. 1,445. 1,445. So you can see we have the same answer here. So therefore, you can use whichever formula you like, okay? Please pause the video and try this to yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How did you go? Let me go through them with you, okay? Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's get into it. So first of all, we know that the rule for this is S of n is equal to n over 2, and then we times by 2i plus n minus 1 times d. So that is the rule. And now what we need to find is we need to work out the I. So I, we already know that is the first term. So 11, let me just write this down. And the common difference is term 2, that is 5, minus term 1. So term 1 is 11. So 11 minus 5 is 6. So therefore is negative 6. There you go. And we need to find the sum of the 20 terms, okay? So S of 20, because we need to work out the sum of 20 terms, okay? So 20, so this means that n is 20, okay? So that becomes 20 over 2 is 10. I can write like that quicker. So 2 times I, so I is 11. So 2 times 11. Plus n minus 1. N is 20. So 20 minus 1 is 19. So we just write 19. And we times by the common difference. The common difference is negative 6. So times minus 6. And we just close the brackets. So that will give me, so I just go 10 brackets. So 2 times 11 is 22. And then plus 19 times negative 6. Close brackets. So there you go, negative 920. So negative 920. So there you go. Last one. So we need to add these terms together. So step number 1 is we need to work out how many terms are there in this series here. So we know that the last term is 248. So we know that 248 is n term. So we just need to work out which term will give me 248. So that we know how many terms altogether. So this is t of n. So we need to find n. So we know that the term for arithmetic series is a plus n minus 1 times the common difference. That is d. And we know that a is 14 is the first term, and the common difference, so I just gonna use 27 minus 14. So 27 minus 14. So 27 minus 14, so it should give me 13. So now we have common difference. So now what I do, I just substitute that onto the formula. So Tn is this. So 248. So 248 will give me a, that is 14. And we add n minus 1 because we don't know what n is. And we know the common difference is 13. Just times 13. So there you go. So now what I do now is I just move the 14 on this side. So that becomes minus. So 248 minus 14. So it should give me 234. So let me write this down. So 234 is equal to n minus 1 times 13. So what I do now is I just divide by 13 on both sides. So divide this by 13. I divide this by 13 because I want to get rid of this 13. So now what I do, I just put down on a calculator. So 234 divided by 13. So there you go, 18. 18 is equal to n minus 1. So what I do now is just move this negative 1 on the other side, becomes plus. So that is 18 plus 1. So it will give me 19. So therefore, n is 19. So that is 19 terms altogether in this series, okay? So I can just add them up now. So I know that Sn is equal to n over 2. I use this formula here, okay? It doesn't matter which formula you use, okay? I just use bracket the first term plus the last term because I know the first term and I know the last term, and I also know they all together are 19 terms together. So therefore I can just use that. It's quicker, that's all. So let me just move this up. So that means S of 19, give me 19 over 2, and I is 14, and the last term is 248. So I just go 14 plus 248. So now I just put down on a calculator. So I just go 19 over 2, and I brackets 14 plus 248 and close brackets. So there you go, 2,489. So which is give me 2,489. So therefore, S19 will give me that. Or you could also use this formula here, Sn equal n over 2 and times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Okay, if you use this, and you should get the same answer. So let's check it out. So the sum of 19 terms is equal to 19 because n is 19 over 2 and 2a. So we know that a is 14. So 2 lots of 14. And we add, because it's 19 minus 1 is 18. And the common difference is 13. Yep, 13 here. So what I do now, I just put that on a calculator. So I just go 19 over 2 brackets 2 times 14, and we add 18 times 13. Close brackets. So there you go, 2,489. 2,489. So we have the same answer. So there you go. I hope you got it correct. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.